I think that Call of Duty recently has been quite creatively bankrupt, with only the real games working being sequels or soft reboots, with no new interesting settings or interesting new characters. My solution to this problem is changing the setting. Here are some couple of settings that I think would be great for the newest Call of Duty game or for the next Call of Duty game that they should implement now. So, what is the first one? So the first one is the American Revolution. Any time setting that is set with muskets and cutlasses and horses, I think is so underrated for any big budget game. You know what I mean? So I think that the only real game that had anything to do with the American Revolution was Assassin's Creed, but never a first-person shooter. And that's criminally insane because that's probably the best time they could make a shooter. They would definitely need to tweak the gameplay. So make the gameplay more slow-paced, with more wide open spaces instead of these short corridor shooters with maybe less action in between. So I think that would be great for the newest Call of Duty game. So if we're gonna set in the American Revolution, here are a couple missions that I think that they should implement for the newest Call of Duty game. For the next Call of Duty game set in the American Revolution. So I think the first goal would definitely be to have the ability or a mission where you play as a slave, and you kind of play as a slave at first, and then you slowly climb yourself up, and you like in that one mission, and you do a revolution to the plantation where you're a slave, and then you conquer it, kind of like that one mission where you escape the gulag in Black Ops 1. Or another mission, or kind of in the same vein, where you play as a sort of spy, and you go spy on the plantation to collect information, and then at the end you kind of overturn the plantation and you free everybody. That would be pretty great. And then another, I think, idea for this American Revolution game mode would definitely be to have a zombies mode, but a zombies mode is much more wide open spaces with like hills, and you can see the zombies coming from really far away, from like miles away. I think that would be insane. I think it would be the best Call of Duty game ever. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The next idea for a Call of Duty game would be set in the Korean War. At the Korean War, there's just so much to be said. I mean, like, there's so little game, so little media that's ever talked about the Korean War, which I find criminally underrated. So I think that a couple of missions where you play as, I think they should do a Call of Duty game, because they did this where like you play as two like teams but on the same time. Like you play as the Americans and you play as the British in like Modern Warfare. Now they should do something where you play as one team is like the bad guys, and then you're literally attacking the other team when you play as the other protagonist. So you know what I mean? So they should do like one where you play as like the North Koreans, one you play as South Koreans, one you play as the Chinese, and one you play as the Americans. Now this would be insane, I think, guys. And I think if you play, once you do the American missions, I think they should be like the Japanese, where they like come at you with like fury, like no strings attached. They come at you like crazy. So I think this would be great for the new Call of Duty game, the Korean War and the American Revolution. Why haven't they done this? Please. They just remaking the same games every single time. It's the same. It's always the modern warfare. It's always in World War II. It's always some futuristic nonsense. It's always crap. So here's my last game. So here's my last location I think they should set for the game. Now I'm thinking in the Napoleonic Wars. Now I just saw the new recent Napoleon movie, and it was pretty good. I mean, no, it wasn't good. I don't think it was good, like the love scenes, but the war scenes were amazing. Now I was like sitting in the theater watching these scenes, and I'm like thinking to myself, these could potentially be like the best Call of Duty game ever. Just the visual of it, I think, was that made me create this video. So I think they definitely need to make a Call of Duty Napoleonic War game set during that time. Now I think this is another idea that they should take, where you play as the bad guys and you play as the good guys. Or not really bad guys and good guys. So he plays like one team, or like one mission plays the French, one mission plays the British, one mission plays the other ones. I think that would be great for a Call of Duty game. It would be insanely good. Like kind of they did this in Battlefield 5, where you get to play as an actual Nazi. Now why don't they let you play as they... Okay, yeah, sorry guys. So anyway, so a couple of locations for the newest for a Napoleonic War game would be you could go literally everywhere. So I'm thinking one mission. So I think the opening mission should definitely be you play as like a French Revolution sort of person and you kind of like fight your way through the French Revolution. I think that would be great for an opening mission for a Call of Duty game. Just imagine it like you're in a crowd of people and people are like stabbing each other, but you have to survive. You know what I mean? That would be insane for a Call of Duty mission. And the other one would be an Egypt mission where you play as the Napoleonic soldiers in Egypt, and you kind of do that whole thing. The other one would be, of course, you could play in Italy, you could play in Spain, and of course Russia. Now, I think this would be insane. You know, like in Russia, there was this whole town that was like obliterated, turned into like fire. Now, I'm thinking you play as the people that burnt down this town. You know what I mean? And you have to rush until the Napoleonic army is coming, and you have to rush and you have to burn your town, and it's all sad because there's people trying to stop you. So they're trying to stop you, but you need to burn it because if not, you're gonna get royally screwed. And there's people in the town that are being like, "No, why are you burning my town?" And then you have to say you have a choice to either burn the town or you have to kill them. And I think that would be an amazing choice. That would be like a sort of no Russian tier mission. And definitely so play as French, play as British, play as other thing, and of course Waterloo, Austerlitz, those would be amazing. Now, why haven't they done this? Because they're lazy. They're lazy and they have no balls. They just want to do the same old shit that nobody cares about. We already played Black Ops 17 times. We already seen Modern Warfare 17 times. We already seen World War II a couple times. And Advanced Warfare, I mean, that shit got me teared. The only reason why Call of Duty works when they try shit new, so why don't they do an American Revolution game? Now, I'm saying the next year is going to be in the Gulf War. I think that's already a step in the right direction. And then it's going to be kind of a sequel to Black Ops 2, I think. But after that, I don't care. I mean, they have so much money. Why don't they try? Anyway, sorry guys, thank you very much for this video. This video, I kind of go a little bit off the cuff, a little bit improvisational. And don't worry, the normal sort of essay videos will be back, so you don't have to worry. And yeah, so I think this is more improvisational video, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you have a great time. And let's make this one video last night. Let's add a little bit more time. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys. Kiss. Bye-bye.